Hello YouTube, this is Inquisitor Lim, and today I am going to be talking about the Lawbreakers beta. So I got some mixed feelings on this one. Well, it's got some good points, so I think I should cover those first. It's a pretty original concept, the idea of having a first-person shooter that's in zero gravity. I'm sure there's a game that's like it before, but to be honest with you, I've never seen anything quite like it. So it's a pretty cool concept. It's nice to have a hero shooter with non-cartoony graphics. I think that's really, really cool. It's nice to have something that looks a little more adult or a little more mature. The problem with that is when you don't have the cartoony character design, there are actually some serious issues that come along with it. The character design is not great. It is very hard to distinguish the characters because when you look at them up close, they're very distinct. But when you pull them back out like 10, 15 feet, in the game world, you can't see what in the world you're looking at. Every character looks pretty much the same. They're all kind of pointy. They all sort of have the same sort of look. Basically, every character looks like if Power Man 5000 had a toy line that was made by Todd McFarlane. That's kind of what you're getting here. So it's not really the best looking bunch. You can't tell who anyone is until you've been murdered by the assassin class over and over and over again, which, brings me to another problem in terms of the design, is that the levels themselves are kind of boring. They're really boring to look at. Everything looks like concept art from Minority Report that Steven Spielberg looked and said, no, that's not going to work. They're not really interesting to play, they're not really interesting to look at, and they're just kind of white and beige with some, black. That's pretty much the only way I can describe them. In terms of gameplay, there's a lot of issues with the gameplay. The number one, and this is more of a design thing, the weapons lack impact. You can hit people, and unless you're looking directly at the bar, you don't know that you're doing any damage. Now, the bars are right on the people, so I understand why people would think that, but you don't feel like you're doing any damage. It's very, very oh, I hit that guy. Oh, well, the bar tells me. There's no connection. There's a disconnect between you and when you hear. Another problem is that the balance is terrible. Not here. Just play the assassin class. Everyone just play the assassin class, because everyone else isn't as good. It's not just that it's OP, it's also that other classes are underpowered. The assassin is dangerous up close, which would be fine if it was something like Battlefield 3, Titanfall, even Paladins, which has more open spaces than this does. But every time you hear that noise from the, you're dead. You know you're going to die. There's no way. And the reason why I say that the other classes are underpowered is because the Juggernaut class has a shotgun, which doesn't do enough damage, even up close, and it takes forever to reload. And how do you mess up a shotgun? It is one of the staples of first-person shooters. And somehow it is underpowered, and the reload's too long. I don't get it. I don't get how you could do that. So you get punished for playing a certain class, which is really, really unfair. I think it's a huge, huge problem. If you're making a game that's supposed to be a class-based shooter, you have to make sure that the classes are balanced, and they are not balanced. And the weapons don't have impact, and the graphics are muddy. And I'm playing at 1080p, 60 frames per second, in the highest settings that are available in the beta. So it's not a good-looking game. It's not attractive. The character models are very edgelord. Overall, I don't enjoy the game. Now, I feel like this game is going to reach a certain audience. There's going to be a very specific audience for this game that really, really, really likes it and will defend it to the death. But for other people, if you're playing Overwatch and you enjoy Overwatch, keep playing Overwatch. If you're playing Paladins, keep playing Paladins. If you're one of the 200 people that are still playing Battleborn, God bless you, because that game needs all the help it can get, and it's a good game. But this is not a good game. Just objectively, it's not a good game. I appreciate what they're trying to do here, but it doesn't feel done. It doesn't feel finished. And I understand it's a beta, I get that. But it should feel more finished than it does in its current state. It's very close to release, and it's not gonna hit that level that it needs to hit. But that's just me. Those are just my thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. If you could, just leave some comments on your points of view in the game. If you like the game, I have nothing against you. I'm not trying to take away from your fun. Go ahead and enjoy the game. But for me, I just feel like these problems are kind of unforgivable. So maybe they'll share it up before the official release, but who knows. This is Inquisitor Lim signing out.